Hey, are you constantly distracted and feel like you can't focus on what really matters? Overstimulation might be the silent killer of your productivity. Something that I struggled a lot in the past, and I finally fixed it for a long period at this moment. And in this video, I will share with you three simple but it's life-changing steps to escape overstimulation, take back control of your time, and boost your focus. So if you're finding yourself by the end of the day that you wanted to finish project A, B, C, but you weren't able to, and you're moving it to tomorrow, and you're procrastinating on the stuff that you need to do, you never have the time that you're looking for. This video is for you. So why overstimulation? Because our consciousness is limited. So let me go a little bit technical here in order to make you understand. Every second, the brain receives millions of bits of information. But practically, the brain can handle around 7 bits at once. And the shortest is like this bit every 1/18 of a second. And therefore, practically around 126 bits of information per second. So if one person is talking is 40 bits, if I have three people that are talking at the same time, we are running out of bits of information. So let's reframe this to the normality. If a lot of input are coming into your brain, so a lot of people talking, a lot of people asking for your attention, you become overstimulated. You cannot process that input. So you're simply overloaded. Imagine it like a PC, a computer. If you overstimulate it, it cannot process the file. It needs more RAM, it needs more memory, it needs more capacity in order to do that. Our brain, wonderful machine, but still has their limitation. And another example, the eye takes millions of information per second, but the brain cannot process all them and needs to filter them. Okay. In fact, you can, if you think about it, move from a focus point to a peripheral point. So if I tell you right now, focus simply on my lips, you can just simply focus on my lips and look at my lips. But at the same time, if I now say to you, look around you, still focus on my lips, but still also look around you, you can absolutely do that. So that's simply like how you're moving your consciousness. The problem is that if you're overstimulated, you cannot do this. Okay. So we're going to fix this now. So these are three like simple hacks. First of all, don't scroll your life away. And I love this phrase. When I read it for the first time, it was very impactful for me. And if you're running a business, social media is important. Why have it on your main phone? Like just simply have two phones maybe. And one stays on the desk. And the other phone that you have most of the time with you, you don't have social media. You don't continue to scroll, okay? In your free time, in the time where you shouldn't be using it. So these apps are designed to keep you scrolling and not growing. Plus, it's full of ads that wants your attention. So if you think about it, what is the positive of having the apps on your phone and that are keeping you consistent and disciplined to scroll them? And this is a wonderful concept of like you are disciplined, but you're disciplined in the wrong thing. And if you could just swap them to the correct thing, the thing that you would like, the goal that you want to achieve, then most probably you're going to achieve that much faster than you thought it would be. So don't scroll your life away. Just simply delete all the apps or use double phone, one staying on your desk on the dock, charging all the time, and there is the moment where you need the social apps because you need to publish some material, so on and so forth. You have it on your desk, you have it there, and that's all. Okay? The other point, create a non-phone zone. And this could be for bathroom or for showers. I added this because personally it was like a moment of recovery that wasn't actually recovery, and I was starting to scroll the phone a lot. Okay, so avoid bringing your phone to the bathroom or the shower. Your brain needs a quiet moment to process and reflect, not to be bombarded by useless content. So avoid any kind of recovery using phone, TV, social media, games, because half of the brain is on and half of the brain is off. An example, if you go out and have a walk, that's much more of an active recovery, and it helps to reduce the cortisol, the stress in the body, compared to staying and watching the TV, that half of the brain is on because it's very active. There is a frame, every frame it changes, and that's how you create the cinema and the moving thing. So there are a lot of images, and the brain processes all of these images very, very quickly. The problem is that you're constantly focusing on something. And that's why watching TV, watching social media, watching shorts, it's a constant sort of like overloading the brain with tons of information. So that's why it's not a good active recovery. It's not a way where you can just relax and take a pause. So if you're working and then after your focus block practically of, let's say, 2 hours, you take half an hour and you go and watch shorts, that's not going to help you, because it's like you're continuing in a sort of way to work. Okay, so you think that you're relaxing, but you're not. Much easier to have a walk, much easier to have, I don't know, a session of stretching or something. Meditation is another that works really well. Take a nap, anything, but don't overstimulate you more. So, and a pro tip that I want to give you here is that let boredom spark creativity and problem solving. Because when you get bored, and you're gonna get it bored, and it's the best thing ever, actually. Like, you need to start to embrace boredom because it's the thing that sparks you the creativity that you're looking for. Because think, you are paid for the deep work, for the sessions of your creativity, for the work that comes from it, and not from anything else, okay, that is coming from social media or anything else, okay? So the creative work, the deep work sessions that you're going to have, they all come from a session of boredom. If you're bored, automatically the brain looks to stimulation, and if you point it to work and use dopamine, that is simply a neurochemical in the brain reward system, towards work, towards at least the goal that you want to achieve. It doesn't have to be forcefully work. For me, it is. I find pleasure in seeing the progress of what I'm doing, okay? But boredom is a very, very key point that is often overlooked and not used as much as we should. The last point is input fasting, okay? So consuming too much, whether it's news, podcast, or videos, leads to mental clutter and decision fatigue. This because we have a paradox of choice, and if you don't know what it is, it's simply a concept from Schwartz where it practically says the more option we have, the less satisfied we feel with our decision. Because it's much more difficult to choose between 15 good sweaters that you would like to wear compared to having 3 simple sweaters, neutral color, and you have 5 gray, 5, I don't know, white, and 5 navy, okay? Much easier. And that is because if you would have 15 and all of them, they have different colors, then you're practically paralyzed and you don't know which one to choose, okay? So what we need to do here is like try to cut off most of the stuff that are asking your attention. And one of the things is like, okay, if you go on social media there are a lot of ads that are asking your attention, and there are millions of industry out there that are advertising on social media just simply because they want your attention. Imagine how many industries even on social media that are like asking for founders, entrepreneurs, or whatever to get their service, okay? So it's the same industry and millions of people bombarding that industry, okay? And everybody's trying to take a piece of it. And it's simply a piece of attention, okay? So your attention is crucial because attention means money. Where you direct it means also happiness in your life, because then you can see the progress. Progress means reward system. Once again, I return back to what I was saying before. So now, thanks for watching until now. And I would like to give you just simply like a sort of a tool and some sort of steps for distraction management. So if you're finding yourself once again that you may be able to focus, but every now and then there is that part of the brain that is kind of like going on the other side and checking the phone and checking some stuff and going on a route that you shouldn't be going, then this may help you, okay? So do 2 things. First of all, engrave in your brain this end work preparation and the 30 seconds rule. Let's first see the end work preparation. So every time you finish your work, prepare for the next day's tasks at the end of your workday. And the goal here is to set clear goal, because these reduce distractions. What are clear goals exactly? Clear goals exactly are all the steps that you need to do that specific day. So it's not just a to-do list. It's literally like, I need to do this, and then this, and then this, and then this. So the to-do list, I prefer to do it in like 3 to 5 things that you need to proceed during the day. Not too many, because otherwise, once again, you're overloaded. Just simple 3 or 5 tasks. The clear goals are exactly step by step, each one of these tasks, what you need to do in order to accomplish it. Okay, so the clear goals is just simply a result of a process. You don't just come up with it. If you come up with it, you cannot follow it. You don't understand where you're going, but it needs to be chunked down. I have a video about this, a video about goal, and you just simply understand that you need to come from a bigger point. What is your biggest goal that you want to achieve? Then you chunk it down and you understand, okay, if let's say 10,000 is what I want to achieve, perfect, in let's say 5 years, 10,000 is a random number. Then therefore I understand that in the next 3 years I need to achieve 3,333 blah blah blah. And therefore, if I want to do it annually, I need to do X amount, and then you simply chunk it quarter, month, week, day, and then from the day you have your list. This is the easiest way to move towards the direction you want to go, okay? And using clear goals. And before finishing work, organize your files, create a to-do list for the next day, and this practice minimizes distraction and helps you start the next day with clear objectives. So what you probably are doing is that you just simply have a random to-do list and a random like list of stuff that you would like to do, or maybe you don't even have it. And you're starting your day with like distractions and with people that are asking your attention and not clear objectives. When instead you are preparing the day before, this changes a lot because you know exactly what you need to do. The next day you don't proceed with your to-do list with like emotions or like, I don't know what exactly I need to do. Oh, let me try to do this. And most of the time when you are not following a clear schedule, a clear goals, the first thing that is going to happen is that, first of all, you don't want to do it. So you procrastinate that thing. The second thing that you're going to do is that you're going to take just a simple task to have instant gratification around the task that you need to do. So instead of taking the project A, that is the biggest, is the big fire that you need to reduce, you go just simply to problem B, C, or even D, because this it's easy to solve and it gives you a little bit of gratification, but by the end of the day, you feel like shit because you didn't do the project A and you proceeded tomorrow and then tomorrow and then tomorrow. Okay, so clear objective helps a lot. 30 seconds rule, engrave also this in your brain. It's a 30 seconds distraction can take up to 20 minutes to regain full focus. So the strategy, you need to minimize interruptions. And this, by the way, is a study. I just didn't put out random number out there. It's a study. You can just look it up. It takes actually 23 minutes and 15 seconds, if I remember well, to regain the focus and in a simply 30 seconds distraction. So imagine if all the time there is your attention that is asked and you're consistently overloaded by informations, you need to cut off all that and eliminate all those informations and just focus on one thing. Okay, unitask. Try to always proceed in whatever you're doing in a unitask way. You just do that one thing and you do it one thing until the end, until you finish that thing. Okay, so how to minimize distraction and minimize this interruption. Last thing that I want to give you is creating this sort of distraction checklist. This is something that I used, helped me a lot to understand, okay, if I know what distracts me, I know what to eliminate. But if during the day we just pass through the days without thinking and without really being aware of what's going on and what distracts us, we're going to repeat that problem. Okay, we're going to find out again that we couldn't do that project and we couldn't do that thing because we didn't think about like, okay, what were the things that happened and which one of this is the one that I need to simply delete. Okay, so distraction checklist works like this. Identify the top 5 distractions. This could be, once again, social media, email notifications, noise, unplanned meetings, phone calls, whatever it is. Just simply identify them at first. So you need to develop steps to then eliminate them. An example is like use apps to block social media during work hours. For example, personal use freedom. Awesome software, it blocks everything on your computer. You can just schedule it. You can check it out. I don't have an affiliate. It's just simply something that I use personally. You can schedule specific times to check emails. This is something, for example, that I use a lot, and I have an hour from an hour. That is when I receive all my inbox practically, and that is where I focus my energy to answer, to do the admin task on my personal. I have virtual assistant also that helps me, because I don't want my task to be on, for example, answering email, because it's a task that doesn't cost me a lot if I do it myself. Okay, so also this helps you a lot to understand, okay, where am I putting my time, so it doesn't go towards the activities that just takes $10 per hour or $100 per hour. I want to stay in the activities that tells me, okay, you're moving towards $10,000, $1,000 per hour, so on and so forth. Okay, so you can use noise canceling headphones. One thing that I use a lot, for example, is app, where you just simply, if I need to do certain activities, I just simply have music, possibly very similar music. It's not like rock music, pop music, any of that. It's just simply sounds. That could be just simply waves, could be like atmosphere sort of sounds that helps. I use apps also for this. There are so many out there. I set boundaries for meetings, and I turn off phone notification. So my phone doesn't have any notification, literally any, if not the bank. Sorry, I have just one, because I still like to see the notification from the bank, because it's still a reward system for the work that I do. Just simply something that I found myself liking it, and push me towards the motivation of doing more. And then you need to set boundaries for meetings. So if everything comes around you, just simply set no availability zone, and you're off completely. Okay. Next, now you implement timing. So set a specific time each day or week to implement and review your distraction management strategies. So what I do, I just simply have a block notice here, just simply a small thing here where I understand more or less every day, sometimes like a couple of, one day yes, one day no, stuff that are distracting me. Okay, so I just simply write them down, and then once I understand, okay, that is the thing that took my attention, and sometimes I just simply have, what am I doing? Okay, so you just write down what you're doing during the day, and this helps you a lot to understand, okay, I did this, then this, and then this, but then I spent this much time doing this specific task that I shouldn't be doing, and therefore I have it written down, and then I put it in the distraction management, simply post it. It has to be as simple as possible. For me, it works this, because I always have these 2 notebooks in front of me, and it helps me to understand, okay, if that is the thing that distracts me, does it happen 2-3 times more? If yes, perfect. I know that I need to eliminate. But if I'm not doing it physically, this is never gonna change, and nobody is gonna change my flow and my work. Okay, so hope this was helpful. If yes, just write a comment, and hopefully this whole process is gonna help you to regain your focus, regain your access to the hours, and take control of your time. And most probably is going to do it if you just simply eliminate most of the stuff that are overwhelming you and overstimulating you. Remember, you have just a limited amount of bit of information. If those bits of information you're giving it to other companies, to other people, you're never going to work on yourself. You're never going to arrive to the destination that you want to the goal that you want to achieve. So take back your time, do this thing, and everything is going to change. See you in the next one.